My name is Robert.
Okay, and is it a millwright?
This is a painting mill.
Okay.
So we grind limestone and we grind earth colors, and we still do that. These hands are not from souvenir selling.
That's why he wanted to make sure that he wasn't a souvenir seller. He's a real working man. Right. So tell me, how hard is the wind blowing right now? What capacity is it running at?
The wind force now, we talk about forces, it's 3 or 4. So it's just enough to run a little bit production. But we can go up till 7 or 8. It's possible.
And you said that it starts shaking the whole structure.
That's right.
The souvenirs falling off the shelf and all of that.
That's correct.
Interesting. So how do you? Is there a way to trim the sail so it's not spinning so quickly?
Yes.
And is that by taking? I see one of those running only with 2 sails over there.
That's right. Thank you, sir. The reason why, because that's an oil mill. For an oil mill, you don't need a whole lot of wind. Why? He's grinding peanuts and seeds. It's very slippery, greasy, so it goes very light. I grinding limestone and chalk. It's not going light. So for us, we need wind. Yeah.
So what happens if the wind changes drastically? Do you have to stop it to change the sail?
Yes. I have to stop the windmill. This is an upper head windmill, so the upper head can turn around. So I bring it a little bit more that direction.
Oh, you pull it out of the wind.
That's right. So upstairs on the platform, you will see the big wheel. I use that to remove the upper head to the right position. My neighbor has a Paltrock model, that's the windmill next of me, and that windmill, the whole body will move through the wind. So I've got already big arms, but if you look at my neighbor, he's strong man.
Okay.
So we don't use a motor or a gearbox, we still do it by hand. Yeah.
So you get accustomed to the windmill, you can feel the changes, feel the vibration, you know it's overpowered.
Yes,
you might need to change it.
For example, my dad, I sell him on paper there for 50 cents. He's here for 33 years, and he know exactly with a strange noise, hey, something happens, we have to do something. And I still have to learn that special feeling. That's not that easy.
It comes with experience.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's the same with women's.
Man, this is right up my alley. Look at this. So there's the central drive shaft that's coming down from the mill, and they're grinding. What is this pair? This is pigments?
I guess so.
What is it for painting?
Yeah, but actually it says R.
What does that mean?
ARTH. We don't know.
Interesting.
But they also said something about dye and pigment.
I can't describe what the sound is like here. With all of the wood, they do linseed oil. I'm going to turn my microphone around here so you can hear the sound. There's a 21st century solution there paired to a problem. You put the brush on there. All of these gears, these teeth, all would have to be made by hand, and they would lubricate these with beeswax and sometimes lard. So here's the other end of that gear I just showed you, that those teeth would have fit into this, the big ring gear. Can you imagine the amount of effort that goes into building this? Look at all the joinery.
Yeah.
How that's all fitted
really nice.
in there. It's
this was what I meant here. That I have this
the notching.
Notching. Why are they different?
All right, I'm gonna take you guys upstairs here. This is my first time upstairs in one of these. Oh my goodness, look at this. Yeah.
Now they're running this one that we saw down.
They have 2 different shafts. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So the whole building, you can feel shaking under the floorboards from the power of the wind and these gears turning. It's turning faster than I thought it would. Look at this. This is incredible. They would lubricate these every morning before they started. This is kind of interesting. It's kind of sad to see that they, no, those are old nails. Those are very old. Those are hand-forged nails. I thought that maybe they had did kind of a shoddy repair there, but it does look pretty good. And everything, lots of wedges on here for tightening as the wood changes, and this mass is really reinforced. There's a lot of stress on this, I can imagine, that they have put a lot of steel on it. Wow, I did not think I would have, they'd give us this type of access. Be careful. Oh, for tightening.
Yeah.
Keeping it tight.
Each tooth was their own.
You should come up here.
Oh, so each tooth has its own.
It looks like that, but I'm not sure. But there are many.
There are many. So there's the bearing that they would have greased, or that they would grease every day.
Yeah.
So the thing I didn't realize is that the power shaft is coming down, that they're using it for more than one job.
Yeah.
So they could engage this one over here to
or
do
that one. I don't think they can have them at the same time.
one, maybe. Yeah.
But I think they will.
It looks like
How do they move it?
I don't know how they would move that. It looks like it's just
You think so? Yeah.
pulls over.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure this out here. So they can pull this shaft over to disengage this set of gears, and they can re-engage these, or they may be able to run them both.
Yeah, maybe.
Look at this. So they're stealing a little power off of it here, off of this shaft, and it's got these basically cam lobes on it, which are used to lift up these timbers. So let's say they had something that it looks like something maybe that they're smashing or crushing down there. They can engage these, and as the cam lobe comes up, it lifts that timber up and drops it down. And there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 or so of those. That is incredible. I can show you better here how each one of those, they were able to tighten them with those wedges. Oh, here we can see those gears better from the inside. So that's what those wedges down there would keep those tight. And then they could replace those simply without replacing the whole wheel, if one breaks. Oh, look at the scale of this framing. It's just massive. Lots of those cleats. I hadn't seen those before.
No.
That's very clever. Okay,
Yeah,
so
in that direction is clever, but I can't understand how they will remain in the position when I just...
without falling out with
Yeah,
all the vibration? Yeah. There must be enough friction. So this is interesting. So this is thatched roof made of reeds, and that's the inside of it. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been close up to a thatched roof, but it's kind of a dying art. There's very few people that can do this anymore.
300 kilometers an hour.
Is that right? So
Yeah, I think so. It's terribly fast.
These are going a lot faster than I was expecting up here. And they're giving us pretty close access to them. I wouldn't want to walk over there.
This is not American style.
This is not American style.
No, but honestly, then you would have large fences and not coming that close.
You wouldn't be able to get in there and touch the gears as they're running. Well, that is intimidating.
Sorry. We're always joking about that. We were hiking in Canada, and it was quite wild. We said, "Oh, this is so different from the States." Still, there was a bit.
Isn't it? The deck boards are a little wide space there. I see that.
It's a lot of power, a lot of
There is a lot of power, yet you can feel the power just moving through the wheel. So this is really interesting here. So this is the wheel that they would use. The whole top of the windmill turns, so they need to orient it into the wind every morning, and they may need to change it during the day if the wind shifts. But I can see how they do it here is they grab these cleats and they simply wedge them in the deck board, and they turn this wheel, and it tightens that rope, and it just rotates the entire top of the windmill around.
And you can see the holes for the cleats all along the floor.
Yeah, you can see they've got cleats all the way around so they can face the wind regardless of the direction. Oh, I wish you could hear this. And the whole thing's just shaking with the power. Oh, it's magnificent. These bars that they've forged here to kind of support this thing together, how clever they work together to tighten those bands around the shaft. They must have had a problem in the past with those things breaking with all of the force on them, and they're heavily reinforced with all that steel.